Okay, guys, short workout that I'm going to be reviewing here. I actually did this one a couple of days ago, and I just didn't get time to get to it. You can probably tell I've been kind of looking at these as I'm on my lunch breaks, and the kids are at school, and I've kind of got the house to myself. But I don't remember what happened on the day that I did this workout, and I just wasn't able to get to it, which is not good. It doesn't really kind of fulfill what I'm trying to do with these reviews, which is just kind of, when it's kind of fresh in my mind, review the workout and see kind of what my thoughts were, kind of what I was feeling, and why I made the choices that I did. Mostly that is why I slowed down or took breaks or whatever. So but I still wanted to review it. It's a good little workout. I really like this workout. So we've been repeating the workouts from previous year's CrossFit Opens. The CrossFit Open is a worldwide online competition that CrossFit puts out once a year, and it's the first step in kind of advancing through the process to qualify for the CrossFit Games, where they crown the fittest on earth, or in other words, they're trying to get a complete test of fitness, strength and agility and speed and power and all these things that go into what we kind of think of as fitness. And they're trying to get a well-rounded test. And that's why these CrossFit workouts, they've just got a bunch of different stuff in them, and it's different every time because they don't want somebody training for this specific set of things. So they want a well-rounded person. And so anyways, this workout, really interesting. It's what they call a gated workout. And so I'm going to see if I can kind of get it up here in front of you guys. So 23.3, all right, 23.3, it's where you've got 6 minutes, and in that 6 minutes, you have to complete 5 wall walks, 15 snatches, 5 wall walks, 50 double unders, 15 snatches at your first weight, and then you go back to the wall walks, 5 of those, another 50 double unders, and then you do 12 snatches at your second weight. So the first weight was 95 pounds, the second weight is 135 pounds, which is just about as much as I can do these days. And then if you can get that all done before you get to that gate, before that 6 minutes is up, you get an additional 3 minutes to complete like your next gate, which is 20 strict handstand push-ups. So there's no kip to get yourself up out of the bottom of that handstand push-up, and you're doing those against a wall with your back to the wall. 50 double unders, 9 snatches at your third weight, which is 185 pounds, which I'm pretty sure I did that one time when I was in high school, when I was at my fastest, because the snatch it's a speed type of a movement. And I'm not even sure, it might have been 180, and it might have been like a 3-rep max that like calculated out to 180 or 185. I really don't remember. But if you can get those 9 snatches at 185 in that next 3 minutes, and you can do it all faster than that. You can finish those 9 snatches and get all through that and finish those 9 snatches in 4 minutes and just keep right on going with the workout. It's just saying if you want to earn that additional time, you have to have it done before you hit that 9 minutes on that part. If you get that done before your 9 minutes hits, you can move on to 20 strict handstand push-ups, 50 double unders, and then 6 snatches at 225 pounds. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't look and see what like the top guys were doing this in on the leaderboard. And I'm pretty sure I said that before. I'm not really trying to, this isn't necessarily an ego trip. I'm just trying to be fit for my age. So anyways, that's the workout. I'm going to go ahead and play it here, and we'll kind of go through it and see what see what I do here. So Blake's doing it with me. Dan does it after us. Yeah, I forgot to chalk there, and I was like, I better get a little bit of chalk in my hands. I had done just a couple of wall walks before that. You can see there was no chalk on the ground before I did that first one. And as I was doing them, like I could feel my hands kind of slipping just a little bit, and I'm like, I better get something on here. I've got my wrist bands on underneath those wrist wraps. That's because like when you start sweating on these wall walks, your hands can get a little slippery. So I just didn't want sweat dripping down there where my hands were going to be. As you'll see here, spoiler alert, at the end of this workout, it really didn't matter because I didn't make that 6-minute cap, and so it wasn't enough time to really start sweating. Okay, so got through those wall walks. That split, I got those done in about 39 seconds. So really good set of 5 wall walks there. I took a couple of breaks in between, like the third and fourth and the fourth and fifth set. So double unders, this is not something that I could do when this workout came out originally. And I should have went and looked and see what I did with the scaled or that foundations. Sorry, no, it'd have been the scaled version of this was. Probably bear crawls would be my guess with the wall walks, and single unders, and then lighter snatches. But, oh, here it is on this paper. Scaled. Oh, it was scaled wall walks and single unders. And then the snatch weights were 65 pounds and 95 pounds on those first two. So that scaled wall walk, you can see that line. So you see the line that Blake's using for her furthest away line and my furthest away line on the wall walks. There's kind of a big thick line on the ground in between those. That is from 2 years ago. We put that tape on there for that scaled wall walk. So I think that was 55 inches. That closest part of that tape was 55 inches, and it was supposed to be a 2-inch wide tape line. So there's like 2 strips of that white athletic tape to get us 2 inches there. And so the wall walk was, you started with your hands on the far side of that tape line. You got your feet up onto the wall, and once your feet were on the wall, and it didn't matter where, you just had to walk both hands behind the tape line and walk them both out in front of the tape line, and it couldn't be touching on either one of those. And once you got back out in front, your feet come down, and that was 1 rep. So that was a scaled wall walk, which, yeah, those were good for us at that point. And I really did a bad job in preparation for this video. Like I said, it was a few days ago when I did this, so all this stuff was fresh in my mind. And I'm sure I looked at my previous score, and I'm pretty sure I had a goal for what I wanted to do as far as reps. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what my goal was. My goal was to get through the first 2 rounds and make that 6-minute time cap and be able to do strict handstand push-ups, because I can do strict handstand push-ups, but not if you can't do the work to earn it. So yeah, I didn't make it. Too long of breaks on those snatches for sure. I got through that first round in 3 minutes and 37 seconds, which obviously if it's 6 minutes for 2 rounds, you needed to be through that in probably well under the 3-minute mark. And then you're looking at me here as I'm doing these wall walks, and as I was looking at this, I kind of took note of how much time that was. That first break I took there was a 13-second break. The next one I take is like 10 seconds, and then the next one I take is another 10 seconds, which if you take that off there, it took me 1:22 to get through this second set of wall walks. If I took those breaks back off there, that takes me back down to that 39-second, or maybe not quite, but yeah, so just too many breaks. And that's what it's going to be a recurring theme, because usually it's not like being able to do the speed of the movement on most of this stuff, at least for me. It's just I got to get my breathing under control a little bit, or maybe it's cardio. But I've done a lot of cardio stuff. I'm probably just carrying too much weight. I mean, so I wrestled in college at 157 pounds. I might have a little more muscle on me than I did then, but probably not much. My scale tells me if I was kind of going to be at that same body fat percentage that I was wrestling at, I should probably weigh about 170 pounds. So yeah, I'm carrying an extra 30 pounds of body fat that it's really not doing much for me. So it does make wall walks a lot harder. It makes jumping rope a lot harder. The snatch is probably easier. So yeah, I'm bouncing around sideways a lot on those jump ropes, on those double unders. But man, I couldn't even do those 6 months ago. I just kind of got that figured out here recently. So hit the 6-minute time cap. I go right down my score. I ended up getting 113 reps. Shoot, I should have seen where that put me. I think that was around that 50 or 55th percentile spot. I'll double check that. I'll make a note on here if I'm completely wrong on that. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I don't know if I have a whole lot of other thoughts on that. Like I said, I wish I would have done this review immediately after. My thoughts would have been a lot fresher. I will tell you, it's been very beneficial to have 3 years of information stored on CrossFit's website. So that's one of the benefits of signing up for the Open. Anybody can do the Open workouts. Blake and Dan, for the first couple of years, they just did the Open workouts without signing up, which is fine. I signed up because I kind of wanted to see why that was a benefit. It's only $20 to do the Open, not $20 per workout. You just sign up once, $20, and your name's in there. And if you put your scores in there every week, you get ranked in there, and then it saves them in there forever. And so I can go back and reference those, and it'll be there forever, and I'll be able to kind of see that progress. My first year, the 3 workouts, when I got those totaled up, I was in the 7th percentile, so way down there, right? And then the next year, did the 3 workouts, did a little better, and I think I was like in the 15th percentile. And then last year, did them again, and I did a little better on the workouts compared with other people in my age group, and I think I was in the 29th percentile. So, and then as I'm testing these, you guys are seeing that some of these workouts I'm kind of in that 50th percentile, and I've been as high as up into that 75th percentile. So I've been kind of steadily getting better every year. I've kind of been saying that I've been doubling my percentile, and I'm hoping to be in the 120th next year, which that's a joke, but it's kind of a dad joke, and nobody's laughed at it yet, and that makes me sad, but whatever. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you're enjoying these, go ahead and like. I'm not really making them for anybody. I really want to get something out of this review for myself. But if it does help anybody else, if you feel inspired and do a workout, any workout, or if you do the Open this year, that'll be a win for me. So one of the other reasons I started doing these, and I might reference these at some point to somebody like in real life, but I work as a veterinarian, and I've been chunkier at times, and I've been thinner at times, and that has gone up and down. And anyways, this most recent time, people are asking, oh, what have you been doing? And I've just been telling people, I've just been eating better and working really hard. And I'm positive that most most people don't know what that means when I say working really hard. And I don't ever really talk a lot about like CrossFit or functional fitness or any of that, because it's a lot to get into, and it's more than like a 5-minute conversation really I couldn't do it justice. So anyways, hopefully at some point I'll feel confident enough, feel like these videos are good enough to ever reference them to somebody and say, hey, go watch some of these videos and see if it's something that looks interesting to you, and if it is, do it. But I'll tell you what I told my wife. I said, are you gonna do the Open this year? And she said, no, not this year, maybe next year. And I said, well, if you're gonna do it next year, you definitely should do it this year, because this is like your best year for next year to show a lot of improvement. So like you can do this first year and be down in that 7th percentile, and you don't even feel bad because you're like, well, I haven't been working out that much. But then next year, when you put in all the work and you double your placing, you're like, man, I did really good. It felt really, really good. So yeah, if it's something that looks interesting to you, CrossFit.com/games, or if you just go to CrossFit.com, it'll have reference to the Open. $20, and it might change your life.